Hi there, my name is Ashley Brown and I am a Product Solutions Manager here at Simmons. Today I'm going to be giving you a demo of our brand new Brand Catalyst product. Brand Catalyst was built as a discovery tool so that we could instantly provide you with consumer profiles for brands and personas built from our wide variety of consumer data. So to get Brand Catalyst, you still just go to Insights. It's accessible via the Insights platform. So www.simmondsinsights.com. When you get there, you're going to go to Brand Catalyst, and then you'll be able to start using the Brand Catalyst feature. If you look over here, you can see obviously we have Smart Search. Smart Search is the hallmark of our Insights platform, so it will be usable in all the different sections. If you go over here to All, you can see you'll have access to all of your definitions as well as all of the Simmons NHCS data for you. So for purposes of today's example, I am going to use a brand. Just keep in mind, though, that you can use any persona that you want. It doesn't have to be just brand-based. This was built with brand discovery in mind, but you can also come in here and build profiles out of any data point in the NCS. So you can pick just like a lifestyle statement, females of a certain age range, any persona you want, you are able to do. And you can use up to 3 personas at once while you are using our Explorer function. You'll also see when I type in LaCroix that we have 3 definitions up top: the consumer, the non-prospect, and the prospect. In building Brand Catalyst, we have also built out some definitions that are specific to brands and media. We have the consumer, which is going to be a person who is the consumer of LaCroix. We've looked everywhere in the data that would indicate that they are a LaCroix consumer, and we've aggregated that all together so that you don't have to do that anymore. So no longer will you have to code in use most often, and also to get your brand, you can just go ahead and go straight to consumer. These will also be being added to the dictionary and crosstab, so you'll have access to these brand prospects and non-prospects over there as well. In doing the analyzation for the LaCroix consumer, we also were able to identify prospect and non-prospect consumers. We looked at the lifestyle statements for the LaCroix consumer and did an analysis and identified people who were prospects of becoming a LaCroix consumer. And then on the reverse, we looked at people who were never going to become consumers and they are a non-prospect. So I'm going to use the LaCroix consumer. Once I click on that, I can go over here to press Explore. You are able to set a base if you would like, especially if you're working with alcohol brands or maybe working with Hispanic only data. That would be where you would want to add a base. I'm not going to add a base today, so I'm just going to go ahead and press Explore. You'll see instantly this top bar comes up, which is going to give you our weighted count as well as our reach count for the LaCroix consumer. You also have this filter button right here. If you click the filter button, we have some of our most popular filters on here. Say I've added LaCroix consumer, but I actually want to look at the female LaCroix consumer. I would just go to gender and press female, and then it will automatically change this to update to be the female LaCroix consumer. I can do that with anything in here. If I want to get rid of it, I just press the X, and now I go back to the regular LaCroix consumer. We also have our profiles right here. This is going to be the first thing that you see as part of your Brand Catalyst profile. We're going to take the highest indexing lifestyle statement and put that here at the top, followed by their self-perception, as well as some financial outlook statements, their propensity to buy scales, as well as their consumer confidence scale. We also do a little teaser here of their top 5 brands, as well as their top 5 media. Everything here on this front Explorer page is going to be based on highest index. It does tell you the reach right beside it, but for now, all of this is pulled based on highest index. We do understand that sometimes there is a need to reach things based off of the reach. So don't worry, we will be adding in a future release the filter so that you can filter these based on percentages rather than just on index. But for now, in this first release, it is important to note that everything is based off of highest index. As you keep scrolling, you can see here that we've now entered the attitude section. What we've done here is we've taken the highest indexing statement for each category of lifestyle statement that we offer in the NCS. The reason that we have done this is because a lot of times a user will come in and pull out a brand and run a crosstab or look at lifestyle statements that maybe only relate to that product. For example, if we were looking at LaCroix, you might only look at like food or diet and health. But there's a lot of data that we have, and there's a lot to learn about these consumers. So by pulling out all these lifestyle statements, we've given you an option to look here and find stuff that you might not have normally have looked at for your consumer. And then this can open up ideas and new strategies for how you might want to approach reaching this consumer. You can see at the top, we have the whole scale. So anything from any agree to any disagree. Simply click the one you want, and then it's going to update your statements to be over indexing for disagree. If you want strongly agree, we'll have the statements for strongly agree. The more you scroll, then we'll reach brands. Like I said up top, we gave you the top 5. Here we have expanded it to be the top 10. We do not stick to just the category you're looking in. It covers all of the brands in the NCS. It's going to pull out the top 10. If you go down here to media, we've done the same thing for media. We're showing you their top 10 media. And then lastly, we have our demographics. All of just your basic demographics are going to be pulled out for you to get a very quick look at. So this is going to be a great way to uncover stories about your consumer, and then you're going to be able to take this and move it into different parts of your research and maybe find new avenues to reach your consumer, or maybe you'll learn something about them you never were expecting. As you can see, it was super fast. I put the brand in and this pops up in a matter of seconds. Another awesome thing here is that you are able to compare up to 3 personas. Again, any of your personas can be built from anything, but for purposes of this example, again, I am going to be doing brands. So say I want to compare my LaCroix consumer with a competitor. I will do something like Pellegrino. When I type in Pellegrino, you can see that I have their consumer, their non-prospect, and prospect as well. I'm going to put in their consumer and then add it. The second I add a second profile persona, it's going to automatically knock it into comparison mode, where now you have the 2 brands beside each other, or the 2 personas that you have built, LaCroix and Pellegrino. I can compare them to each other, see what they have in common, see what they have different. Do they have the same top 5 brands they use? Media. Again, we can go to the statements and scroll through all of those, look at their top brands, media, and demographics. As you can see here in Explorer View, we've uncovered a lot about our personas that we're taking the time to learn about. Maybe you have learned that they have a high taste for fine foods, they really buy only nice clothes, they only like to drive foreign cars, etc. If you want to maybe, their top indexing statements and what they feel about in the big picture, but maybe you want to get a little bit more involved with these personas and learn a little bit more about them, you can go over here to our reporter tool, where you'll be able to access the full NCS data dictionary. You can go over here to lifestyle statements, and maybe I want to uncover a little bit more information about how they felt about automobiles, because I noticed in Explorer that they like foreign cars. I can click on the lifestyle statements, automobiles, and agree a lot, and we're going to come over here and it's going to instantly show me every single lifestyle statement here about automobiles and compare the 2 brands to each other. It's going to be color coded. You can see what they have in common, separate, etc. You can also look at this by percentage rather than just index, so you can change back and forth between the 2. Maybe I also want to look about how they feel about food. And then I've learned all I want to know about the 2 brands next to each other. And then I just want to go back to looking at my main persona, which was LaCroix for this example. I can go back to the Explorer, get rid of Pellegrino here, go back over to Reporter, and now I have just my persona that I wanted to use here. We can go and look at how they're indexing towards all the statements. But another idea that we have of a way this tool could be used is maybe you're trying to look for brand partnerships, or brands that your consumer also identifies with, or even just personas. Again, this isn't just for brands, it really is for anything. But you can go down here and we have loaded in the brand, consumer, prospects, and non-prospects definitions into our dictionary for use over here as well. We could go over here and maybe we want to look for restaurants to partnership with. We can go to dining. It's all categorized and then by product or category. And then I can go to family sit-down restaurants, and I can see all the restaurants and how they're indexing with them in relation to our persona that we chose to use. Again, you can really do this with anything. There's a variety of ways to use this tool. These are really just some examples we have come up with on our end, but Brand Catalyst has a limitless amount of options on ways the tool can be utilized. This is because, again, you can use just the pre-built brand definitions we've built for you, but we also have the ability for you to use any data point in the NCS. You can code any of those data points together, which gives you a really wide variety of options to create and compare your personas and discover things about them. So again, there's really a lot to uncover here. There's a lot of different stories to be told and things to be discovered. Brand Catalyst is aiming to make it easier for you to explore and discover all of the information available to you in our NCS, but in a more quick way. It's giving you data visualizations that are making it easier for you to analyze the data, and it's also just giving you a wealth of options on things you can look at. We will be adding a few features to this in the near future. We're going to be adding the ability to filter based on reach rather than just index in our Explorer function. And then also we will be adding an export feature so that you can export these findings into PDFs and you can use them anywhere in reporting or share with clients, etc. Most importantly, we will be adding what we're calling the creator function. You can see that's over here on the bottom left under Explorer and Reporter. What creator will do is allow you the opportunity to build custom segments. Say you've been an Explorer and Reporter and you've uncovered a lot about these personas that you're interested in learning more about. And then you want to take that data and this story that you found there and build it into custom segments to use elsewhere. You can do that in Creator. Once you have created your custom segments in Creator, they can be saved into your definitions. And then you're welcome to go over here to Crosstab or Quick Reports and run as many crosstabs or quick reports with those custom segments as you would like. So I really do hope that this has been an informative demo for you. And if you have any questions or would like a more in-depth demo, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We hope you are as excited about Brand Catalyst as we here at Simmons are. We look forward to hearing your feedback and letting you use the tool.